This morning, my brothers and sisters, I want to talk to you about your finances, about your money. The Lord impressed this upon my heart to share with you because I think that in these days and during these times when banks are closing and, going belly up, bankrupt, all of that kind of thing, you're going to have to know how to handle and manage your money. Come on, somebody. And I'm going to be a little controversial because, oftentimes the church is, well known for getting your money, asking you for it, almost demanding your tithes and your offerings and all of that kind of thing. But I want to tell you today, and God help me to get this point across so that I don't offend none of the pastors and the ministers of God, but it's time that we teach the people how to pay themselves. A lot of money is being offered and given to preachers who are, doing what they believe God told them to do. So I'm telling you that it's time for you to start learning how to pay yourself. Pay yourself the tithe if you are not giving to a ministry that can give back to you. Now, granted, if the person is teaching you the word, not just some Bible stories that sound good, but the word of God that will give you an understanding so that the preacher is not the only one doing well and everybody else is broke. I'm accused of that often, but I don't have a congregation that's broke. And if I did, there would be nobody in there who wouldn't get help from me or from the church. Because if you gave, you ought to be able to get some help if you have an emergency. But you can't do that to in these churches today. So pay yourself 10%. Pay yourself, pay God the other 10%, because what I'm getting to is the basis of all of this is 20%. The wisdom that was exemplified by Joseph was setting apart the fifth part, which I have in my book. Some of you, if you want it, get it. It's very interesting. I got that during a 21-day fast. God showed me some things about finances. So the wisdom that Joseph used was to set apart 20%. Now, in giving God a tenth and then giving yourself a tenth, that's 20%. So you would learn to live off $80 of every 100 you have. But instead of giving that 10% to a church where you can't get prayer when you need it, they ain't coming to see you in hospital, they are not going to marry you in the church, they're not going to bury you in the church, that kind of thing, you need to pay yourself that tithe and set it apart until you can get direction from God as to what He wants you to do with it. Not just give because the preachers say you should. I hope I'm helping somebody. I know that, the days are coming, my brothers and sisters, when money will be very scarce because they're trying to kill the dollar and put us on this digital currency. But at the same time, we don't even know how to manage the money that we have. And so I'm trying to tell you to start with, learn to save some money. Instead of giving it all to your favorite preacher, give it to yourself. Instead of giving it to buildings that never get built, build your own house with that money. Are you getting what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to stop right there because I know this is going to be very controversial, but pay yourself. And then, give offerings and so forth as you are led by God.